Doom! Doom!
Oh my word, what's wrong? Are you okay? Has the plank of wood caught fire again?
No need to panic, Lita. I was just practicing the introduction to this new video about Doom tokens from By the Same Token. By the Same Token is the UK's premier company dedicated to producing laser-cut accessories for tabletop games. We started covering their amazing products when they only had a dozen or so tokens on an Etsy store. But we've watched them grow over the years into hundreds of products for all your favourite living card games, board games, miniatures games, war games, and now deck builders. On their website you can browse the different ranges which are expertly photographed and check out testimonials from genuine customers. They have everything from tiny tokens to transport trays to these titanic beasts. You can pay with all major credit cards as well as Apple and Google Pay. But no PayPal at the moment. It is something they want to implement in the future, but it isn't available at the time of recording this video.
Hang on. We've already covered their Doom tokens in the 9-token roundup mega video. You're not trying to recycle old content, are you?
What? Who would do something like that? No, these are new and exciting Doom tokens. For anyone who doesn't know why we recommend upgrading your tokens or how awesome Square tokens actually are, then we recommend our original By the Same Token video to bring you up to speed.
It's got lasers in it.
We hope you don't suffer from analysis paralysis as there is choice galore. The regular tokens we showed off last time are gloss black with the deep red inking. They are also double-sided with this 2 numeral on the reverse, thus reducing the amount of tokens you need, the amount displayed on a card, and the number of times you need to reach back to the token pool. Instead of grabbing a second token, just flip them over. If you would rather not have separate Clue and Doom tokens because you're just too used to storing them both together, then they have a Clue token, which is what they call their double-sided Clue and Doom token. These are currently red and green, just like the cardboard version, but back in the day they used to be red and white, because their Clue tokens were white inking on a transparent green acrylic. Just mentioning this in case you see some around and think they are some kind of special edition. Email them if you want the older version.
We'll get to the special editions later.
Whilst regular black and red Doom tokens look fine for those that want a little extra bling, we present the mirrored acrylic Doom tokens. These are white highlights on a mirror finish metallic looking purple. If you think these look kind of familiar, then you are correct. They are the same style as the Mystic Charge tokens we showed off. Of course we have a video. So if you're playing a solo Mystic or better still an all purple all the time party, especially the Doom loving Marie, then these are hugely thematic. Clearly shiny tokens look the swankiest, but there is a price to pay. Like actual mirrors, you need a backing layer to reflect all those lovely photons back at ya. This means they can only be single-sided, so you don't get a design on the reverse. This actually means you kind of get half the amount of token for your buck, so be prepared to dig deep. Into your wallet, obviously. And whatever you do, don't peel off the backing layer. Check out our Mystic Charge token video for what happens if you do. Remember, we do this so you don't have to. Something we thought was a mirror finish initially are these ones here. They are actually a transparent acrylic, smoke brown in colour with red highlights. It looks like a dull gold in their picture.
Is it a blue or a gold dress, would you say?
The detailing is on the same edge on each side, giving a really clean image and kind of a 3D effect, as you can just glimpse the reverse highlights through the translucent body. But this does mean this is another token that can't have a multiplier number on the other side, so order accordingly. Try leaving the masking tape on one side and see if you like the effect. Was that enough choice for you? No? Goodness, you are insatiable. The next sets are inspired by specific campaigns, but let's make it clear you can play them with any scenario. Although, if you are the person who buys a new set of dice for every RPG character you play, then why not splurge on all of them? In campaign order and inspired by the Path to Carcosa and the King in Yellow, we have these black with bright yellow highlights tokens. They have the Pallid Mask on one face and the Haughty Stranger on the other. These are very generic despite being sold as Doom tokens, so you could use one side as Clue tokens and the other as Doom tokens. If you want to use them as different values, this face has 1 yellow sign on and this face has 2 yellow signs on. We like using them with the Dark Cult set, as this fellow looks like a robed cultist. but you could use them as secrets or charges or whatever generic token you need right now. Moving on, things get a bit artistic as we head into the Forgotten Age with these gorgeous Aztec-inspired designs. We have traditional red on black with serpent pictogram for the Doom and brace yourself, blue for the clue side with the ziggurat design.
Although the Mayans painted their buildings red, so...
Actually, Lita, this wonderful turquoise colour was widely used in Aztec art, in jewellery and masks in particular, as they believed the mineral itself had special powers. Here is an example. This is called the spotty mask as it was covered in little stones that look like boils. It was made in Mexico between 1400 and 1521, coming to Europe sometime in the 16th century. It would have attached to the wearer's face via strings, which have sadly gone now. The eyes are made from mother of pearl with gold eyelids and the shining teeth are carved from conch shells.
Oi, stop showing off! No one likes a smart ass!
Jumping to the circle undone, we are back to the mirror finish again with these gorgeous pale green acrylic tokens with white highlights. This image represents Azathoth, the blind idiot god.
Idiot! That's you, that is!
Also from by the same token is this exquisite deck box. It is perfectly sized for storing all your troublesome cards, and the best thing about it is it's completely soundproof.
Woo! No! Put me down! Get off me, you numpty!
The next set of campaign tokens are based on the Innsmouth cycle. These are double-sided Clue and Doom made from this eerie deep blue with the red shark's teeth on one side and some strange jewellery on the other.
Even now, I can hardly describe what I saw, though it was clearly enough of a sort of tiara, as the description had said. It was tall in front, and with a very large and curiously irregular periphery, as if designed for a head of almost freakishly elliptical outline. The materials seemed to be predominantly gold, though a weirder, lighter lustrousness hinted at some strange alloy with an equally beautiful and scarcely identifiable metal.
Lita, how did you do that? Are you becoming a ventriloquist? The colours of these are great, and there is no reason why you couldn't use the golden clue side as a different token, like secrets for example. Moving on to the next campaign, which is Edge of the Earth, inspired by the Mountains of Madness short story. The mountains themselves appear on the Doom side of these tokens, and on the clue side is a depiction of the soapstone fragment found by Professor Lake. These are the least colourful of all their Doom tokens. The grey acrylic, which is actually called avocado apparently, is meant to simulate soapstone, although how well it achieves this is up to your judgment. It has a plain black inking on one side and a dark green on the other. This difference can be hard to see across the table, but despite being monotone, these are incredibly detailed. There is alien writing on both sides, ancient carvings in most corners, and two tiny figures you would swear are bundled up in furs. Is it Dyer and Danforth fleeing for their lives like a pair of petrified polar pedestrians? And are these Shoggoths peeking at you on the clue tokens? What makes these really distinct is they are the only Doom tokens without smooth edges. Are they from natural geologic striations or evidence of primitive tools? This patterning matches the seal tokens they released previously that are unique to the Edge of the Earth campaign, as does the faux soapstone colouring. If you suffer from visual challenges, maybe this tactile aid would be helpful to distinguish these from other square tokens on your cards, but it is primarily aesthetic. Moving on to the last campaign we have for you, the Scarlet Keys, and you don't get any more scarlet than this mirrored red acrylic. Being mirrored, you can't have clue tokens on the back, but hopefully this amazing colouring more than makes up for it. Again, these are extra detailed, but making great use of the monotone to give it an almost 3D effect to the key and grasping hand, as well as a super delicate border decoration. Well, it is for the campaign-specific Doom tokens, although there is still no Dunwich token set. What we do have is the start of the standalone specific tokens with these blob-themed ones. They are actually a variant of the red smoke brown, but with green inking instead, and they do look really cool. What do you reckon? Like the originals, they don't have a multiplier on the reverse. These were originally promo items that were given away at select events running the massively multiplayer blob that ate everything standalone here in the UK, but they have now found their way to the website so anyone around the world can purchase them. There is no news on any more standalone specific items, although we did try and convince them Machinations Through Time would be a great choice. as that uses resource tokens to represent seeds, shipments, newspapers, time capsules, and even time itself. Don't be silly, as we are now moving on to the Investigator specific Doom tokens, or at least Investigator themed, with these Amina Zidane inspired Doom tokens. She can discount assets she plays by placing Doom on them. This is why so many people have to play this game solo, as that is a real Richard move. Anyway, these are translucent purple with Amina front and center, although those pupilless eyes may freak you out. On the reverse is the same design but with a number 2 in the top right corner, for when she really wants to make herself unpopular. If you notice, they have the same border as the Scarlet Keys Doom tokens, as she was released in that cycle. A nice little touch. Let's move on before they release any more tokens. Well, the heftiest agenda in the core box goes up to 10 Doom, but scenarios will regularly hit 12, even skyrocketing up to a massive 19. Don't forget that you can have more Doom on the agenda without it advancing automatically. Encounter sets like the previously mentioned Dark Cult will also require Doom tokens. The Mystic class has several cards, mostly allies, that use Doom tokens. And there is even a scenario that uses Doom tokens as generic markers to keep track of something. So the answer is you will need more than you think. So don't throw away your cardboard ones just yet. Remember, if the tokens you want don't have a multiplier on the rear, you will need twice as many. When buying, make sure you double check the quantity. Don't go by the pictures, read the description. It looks like the campaign tokens are currently in bags of 11 or singular, so it is easy to top them up. And the generic ones are only in bags of 5. Just to be difficult, Amina's tokens are in sets of 4. Items are sent out in regular padded bags, and to keep the cost down they don't use a tracked service by default. Contact Buy the Same token if you have any special postal needs or questions, and they aren't responsible for any customs charges you incur. They come with masking tape on both sides which protects them during the manufacture and in transit. We found the easiest way to remove it is to simply drag your thumb over the edge of the token and the tape will roll up like a carpet. But if you're having difficulty, then leave them in warm soapy water to help break down the glue. Check out our mega video on square tokens if you want to see us putting their acrylic tokens through their paces durability wise. In fact, we have plenty of videos all about Buy the Same token products, with more arriving all the time. If you are now enamored with the idea of pimping out your Doom experience and can't get enough bling, then you need their Superfly Act and Agenda stand. Not only does it hold all the Act and Agenda cards for your scenario in place, even when in sleeves, but it also has special slots for the Doom tokens. It holds everything upright, so it is much easier for everyone to see across the table. Here is us using it to play a 4-player game of Blob. Are you still alive in there?
Oh yes, I was reading by the light of these tokens.
You may see pictures on the internet or people at events with these special glow-in-the-dark variants. They are the same as the regular double-sided red Doom tokens with the 2 numeral on the reverse, but boy do they glow! You can see them shining through the masking tape. We made these! We tracked down the world's most photoluminescent material and worked with Buy the Same token to bring these exclusive items to life. All as a reward to thank our 2020 Patreons. Let us know what Buy the Same token product we should make glow in the dark next. That's it everyone. Please take a moment to share this video with someone who you think would like to upgrade their Doom tokens.
It was tall in front, and with a very large and curiously irregular periphery, as if designed for a head of almost freakishly elliptical outline. The materials seemed to be predominantly gold, though a weirder, lighter lustrousness hinted at some strange alloy.